Just tell me the truth, man. Did you fuck Mendy hard? Yes or no?
Hey, man, look, bro. I done goddamn told you time and time again, bro. What the is your issue? Nah, nigga, I ain't no motherfucking Mendy hard, dude.
When you were selling boys in prison, what did that look like?
Man, listen. If a motherfucker in my goddamn debt, it belong to me. And the ain't going nowhere.
So, Mark, what do you got to say to the people that feel like you are a monster for doing that documentary?
Yeah, I said it. I don't give a fuck. I said everything, and I meant it. And what the is anybody gonna do about it?
Oh, shit. Here we go again. Welcome to another episode of Dante's Prison Stories. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, or I'ma push that blade. Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Is anybody gonna do about it?
When the bus pull up to the prison, and I guess y'all call it sweating the gate, what do bandits do at the gate? What is they looking for in men that get off that bus that could be potential victims? What are they looking for?
Facial expressions, fear, doubt, scaredness. Also looking for, once they come to the gate, do other guys on the other side of the gate run up to the gate hollering at them, specifically meaning that they got a lot of people, or they got people in that prison that may potentially be a safety net for them.
Now, earlier we spoke about this, and you said that typically getting off the bus really don't mean nothing. It's actually when they actually get into prison. Can you talk about that?
The same thing, because usually when you get homeboys or people or somebody that you know from your specific county or area, once they come out of the ICS with their little laundry bags and stuff, people are going to be waiting on them. They're going to be walking up to them, high-fiving them, and this, that, hugging them, and man, talking. So basically, if you see a guy come in and nobody's greeting him or giving him high five or slapping his hand or whatever, pretty much that means he's alone.
So in your opinion, predators, it's like real predators out there in the wild. They see somebody isolated by themselves and then they jump in. So from your experience, what do that actually look like? Give us the play-by-play. Let's just say you was a predator and you at the gate and you sweating the gate and you see a potential victim. Walk us through from that point to you actually approaching him wherever you approach him at, based off the experience of other men that you done seen do this to victims.
Basically, see, it's several different ways. Like for one example, I've seen old timers or whatever you want, convicts, as you might say. They would pay the ICS runner, because every inmate that comes in prison in any particular prison gonna have to go through the ICS office, and that's where they're gonna get their bed placement and all that stuff. And you always have an ICS runner, which is an inmate that just has a little pool with the officers, runs paperwork and cleans up and this, that, and the third. So I've seen old timers pay. Hey, come here, the ICS run. Hey, you see that little white boy right there? Hey, look, he go 5 bags of coffee. Make sure he comes to my dorm, whichever dorm he may be sleeping in. Make sure that white boy right there comes to my dorm, and it's gonna be done because he paid for it.
Okay. So
that's just one of the first and main tactics in that whole little get down right there, man. Because think about it. If you trying to get at a dude, how you gonna do it if he sleeps in another dorm that you don't sleep in? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so when you do that, what is your introduction of you approaching the guy?
Several different ways. You want to hear all of them or just one of them?
Let's go through them all, because the point of this video is because there's a lot of young dudes going to prison. You ever heard the saying, same shit, different toilet? It's a
No.
lot of young dudes going to prison that for gun charges, for killing people. And it's a whole different ball game when you get in there, when you got to actually use a weapon and put it in somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we need for you. Yeah, go to every step. So let's go through all different versions of it. And
Okay.
keep in mind, put yourself in the mind of a super predator.
Okay. Number one, for the guys, the young guys that may be going to prison, out there in the streets that's doing stuff that may send you to prison, never, ever never underestimate the fact that if you're in prison and some guy that you don't know, never seen, never heard of, is coming up to you trying to make small bullshit conversation, trying to be overly and extra fucking friendly to you. Like, man, I don't know you. What the fuck? You got to always ask yourself, why in the fuck is this person being extra nice and overly friendly to me? And we in a place where everybody is in here for doing something bad or being bad people. Also, now this one here, I've seen done a lot of times over the years. You got guys that come in and they are overly quiet. They are just really staying to themselves. They ain't got you. You don't see them with nobody around them talking to them. They like off into a corner somewhere. I've seen guys pay other guys, big old guy, big bully guy. Hey man, go over there and just walk past that white boy and just bump him. But you're going to make a scene like he bumped you, or just any kind of scenario like that. I mean, just the smallest crap. And you make a big old scene, and he going to probably 9 times out of 10, he going to ball up and bitch up. Man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. And the whole time, you know for a fact this man didn't bump you. You bumped him. But he's so scared and petrified and feels alone. And when you do that, the other guy gonna pull up. Hey man, what you doing, man? Woo woo. He gonna put the Superman cape on, play the hero role, and all of a sudden the guy gonna be like, oh, okay, man. All right. So now the white guy feels like he has a friend, a confidant, a savior, basically, probably about to be his war daddy. And so he's gonna feel safe. He's gonna feel entitled. He's going to feel a little obligated, and that process is just going to go further and further and on and on and on until the unthinkable 9 times out of 10 will probably happen. But let me say this, Dante. Not everybody that uses the boo game or uses these type of tactics in prison, it's not always about homosexual activity.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Now, I'm pretty sure before you got locked up, this was already going on before you got involved in any type of this business. So we always hear about when somebody leave a candy bar on your pillow or some cigarettes or something, don't touch it. Is that true? Is that real? Have you experienced that, or have you ever?
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard it happen, but I've never seen it. But I have heard it happen back in the days before I came to prison, and I was like, "What?" But me personally, my time in prison, I've never seen nobody leave something on somebody's bed, and the person didn't know where it come from, or God came from God or who, and they just immediately go to open it up, eating it. I've never seen that, but I've heard it was done.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, we're
Now,
going to go.
if you want me to give you a little bit more on that, then I can tell you how it was done when I was in prison.
Do tell.
Okay. You see everything in prison, bro, especially in your dormitory.
Wait. Before we get to that, let's talk about and just keep. We're going to get back to that.
Okay.
I want you to tell. You remember we talked about earlier when you said like, if you end up catching somebody doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and you blackmail.
That blackmail and fear are the two top vices that you can use in Alabama prison. I don't know about nowhere, but in Alabama, yeah, blackmail is top tier, and I mastered it.
Okay, give us an example.
Basically, like you said, like I told you, you catch some. Listen.
Well, give us a story. Give us a quick story.
The best times to catch somebody doing stuff that they shouldn't do is late at night. Well, in the early wee hours of the morning, because they think everybody's asleep, or dinner time or lunchtime when they serving something good in the kitchen that everybody's going like. You already know, for one, that barnyard pimp, that chicken, or hot dogs and cinnamon rolls. Excuse me. Stuff like that. Meals that everybody's going to go get. So the dorm will be empty. And it's just specific times like the store draw. When they call store, if a lot of people in that dorm going, when store draws, you got 5 minutes to get out the dorm. Pew, everybody out the dorm. Times like those are the best times to catch things that you would not normally see at the regular times. You feel me? Because people don't want it to be seen. So, man, listen. I got several stories about this. Well, I'm just like you say, I'm gonna give you one. This was a particular Chicken Sunday. I was at, what was it? Easterland. Yeah, this was Easterland. It was Chicken Sunday. Everybody, like I say, they going to get that bird. If you got somebody lagging around and hanging around real late and ain't out the door, either they penitentiary rich and they ain't worried about the chicken, or they trying to do something that they don't want to be seen.
As in what?
Breaking in a box, sucking a playing in the ass, or somebody playing in the ass, or breaking down a pack, some drugs. And they doing it while everybody gone because they don't want nobody to know. Of trying to gun an officer down. Because true and believe, you had officers, females, and from my understanding, some males, but mostly female, that they had certain dudes that they liked and talked to. And, hey, look, when everybody go to chow, you just hang back and I'll let you go ahead and, get yourself off. And then, you go on about your merry way.
So this that you talking about the chicken day, and so you said, let's get back to that story.
Okay, all right. So it was Chicken Sunday. Everybody got out the dorm, and like I say, most of the police is going to be down now at the kitchen, especially on chicken days. So it's only one police in the dorm, and they in the cube. They locked in the cube. They can't come out the cube. So it was this guy, man. He was I ain't gonna say what gang or whatever he was going. That's not important. I ain't gonna say where he was from in Alabama. I just say he was kind of a respected dude. I just put it like that. A lot of dudes, he beat a few dudes up. He didn't, put in a little work. You know what I mean? He didn't have no solid reputation. Now, a couple of old timers, which you had old timers, and they knew everything. But they didn't say it. They didn't put it out. They didn't, put nobody in there. But, I used to talk to a lot of old timers. They had told me, yeah, man, boy, I used to fuck that ass, man, back, You know, he got locked up young. He been in prison like 12, 13 years, but he came to prison. He was like 16, 15 or 16. And I remember him say he's fucking them boys. And I don't know if he still does, but yeah, he's fucking. I'm like, what? But you know, like I said, I didn't never say anything about nobody's business in prison, bro. Whatever I seen or heard ain't got nothing to do with me. You feel me? But we was at Eastern together. And I had no beef with dude, but I wasn't cool with him. So, you know, but we slept in the same dorm. Matter of fact, we slept in 7 dorm on B side. It was Chicken Sunday. They called for the chick. Everybody, you know, got 5 minutes to get out the dorm. So I go up there to the line because I'm going to get that bird. But at this time in Alabama prison, you couldn't have hair on your face. I had a little bit right here and the woman that was at the door watching everybody go in, you had to show your little ID and she look at your face to see if you shave. She couldn't stand me. She's a real bad body ass bitch. I couldn't stand her. She couldn't stand me. More, go back and shave. I'm like, what? More, go back and shave or you not eating. So I went to cussing a bit. I'm walking off cussing out though, but she kind of heard me. She said, "You keep talking, you won't eat when you come back." I just shut the went on back to dorm. But when I go back to the dorm, I catch old boy with a pump.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
In the quiet room. They weren't on. They weren't in the dorm. They, you know, at this particular prison, you had 2 quiet rooms on every side. Which I don't know why they call it quiet room, because everybody go in there and play domino. They were loud, slamming the bone. The so-called rappers were going there beating on the fucking wall, spitting everywhere, rapping and shit. But these rooms only had a table in it and nothing else. And when you come through the front door, you're gonna walk past the shower's gonna be here in the bathroom, and the quiet rooms are right here on the side. And then the beds, the dorm is, you know, is all on back down that way. So when I walk, so you know how you see something in your peripheral vision. So I look, oh boy, I mean he what the. And so, but you know, when you see stuff like that in prison, you don't stand there and stare. You just look and you be like, what? But old boy looked at me too, but I kept on going. I got my raise and stuff, went on up there and shaved. And, you know, like I say, at first I was going to just leave it alone. But instead of him coming to me trying to negotiate or be nice about it, he come and try to put the press down like, hey, you ain't seen shit, is you? So, and his tone was like, you ain't seen shit, is you, my nigga? Yeah, I seen what I seen. So he kind of like tried to, you know, chest up on me. Bro, even if you beat my ass or whatever, when I put this out all over the prison, bro, and the punk ain't gonna lie. The dude's gonna jack the punk, rough the punk up and get him in a position. Hey, bitch, is this true? The punk gonna tell it. One thing about them punks in the Alabama prison system, bro, black or white, I've never, well, maybe a slight percent, but most of them, when they get asked, hey, is he y'all? They gonna be like, yes. I've all around the prison said them because for one, them punks think they women, and they don't want to feel like they gotta somebody deal with somebody that's ashamed of them, ashamed to say they did. So they always would tell it.
So when the dude hard pressed you and was like, hey, you ain't seen nothing, right? And you said, yeah, I seen something. What happened next?
So he made it seem like, all right, my nigga, I'm gonna holler at you later. Okay. I'm thinking he coming on the violent tip because he was so aggressive. Really, he tried to boo game me with the voice and the. But deep down inside, he was scared to death. Come to find out, he really didn't want me to tell it. So I got my tennis shoes on and I'm waiting on him. I'm thinking he gonna come with the aggression. When he came, He came like a hurt fucking puppy with his tail between his motherfucking ass. Hey man, look, bro. He called me off away from everybody. Look, bro. Look, man. Look, man. Look, bro. Look, man. What can we do, man, for you not to say nothing? This was my very, very, very first time learning and realizing how much weight Blackmail carried. And after that, I made it my mission to stay up late at night just to see and play possum like I was asleep. And you would not believe the dudes that I have caught in situations, and I'd be shocked because I'm like, damn, nigga had me fooled. I'm thinking, I mean, some of them were some gangsters. Some of them were some heavy hand hitters, knockout artists. Donta, some of them liked it. Hey, man. Some of them liked it neat.
So let me ask you this question. So what happened the next time that you played possum and went to sleep and you caught somebody? What was that? What happened with that?
Stay tuned for part 2. I'ma have part 2 pinned at the top of the comment section. If y'all been enjoying Lamark Moore prison stories, make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. I'ma have his channel pinned at the top of the comment section. If y'all want to watch the full video, make sure y'all subscribe to my Patreon. I'ma have the link to my Patreon pinned at the top of the comment section.